name's Dr. Erin Green, and I'm a professor here at the University of Cincinnati. I'm actually a social psychologist, which means I look at how groups affect the individual. I was actually trained in group work throughout graduate school. As a social psychologist, I really believe in the power of the situation and the groups to shape our behavior. I believe that groups produce better, more creative solutions than any individual working on their own. So I think about group work as being any opportunity for students to work together to solve a problem, complete a task, or create a product at the end.
Okay.
So it's any opportunity that they have to interact with each other rather than just sitting and listening to me explain how to do something. It makes the learning process more fun. It makes the learning process more fun for students, and it makes it more fun for professors as well, because it's not the same material just being talked about over and over and over again. It breaks up the class into really meaningful chunks because students can't listen to a lecture they can't sustain attention for 50 minutes or 120 minutes. It also allows me to continuously rethink what I'm teaching and how I'm teaching it, because students bring up new and interesting ways of thinking about the material, and it gives the students really ownership over their own learning. And I just see students being so much more engaged in the class where group work is done, and they remember the material better. I use it consistently across all my classes. I don't think there's a size or a level of class that wouldn't benefit from using group work. So the biggest thing I think is to start small, to not get overwhelmed with having to do everything in groups right at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of faculty, when I talk to them, are worried about giving up control to students, and they think it might lead to chaos or students not being on task. And I think if you start small from the very beginning and then work up, you're going to become more comfortable with it, and the students will become more comfortable with it as well. I really find that what the most important thing is how you set up the activity and then how you debrief the activity. I see students who come back to class after class and are actually excited about group work, rather than dreading it. But I think rather than me answering what students get out of it, it would be best to ask them.
After taking your class, I really felt like I could approach groups a lot more positively. So listening was I think the biggest skill that I got out of your class. If people don't know how to work in groups, particularly young adult college students, because we haven't really had to do that before, then they need some sort of group work guide.